Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. Paul Heyman has been embroiled in one of the most noteworthy feuds on the road to WrestleMania 41. His tribal chief returned on the March 10th episode of Rayo to take down Seth Rollins, seeking payback for the Visionary's earlier attack on him following their elimination from the 30-man match. Roman Reigns attacked Seth during the former World Heavyweight Champions match with CM Punk. Once he finished dealing with Rollins, he shifted his focus to Paul Heyman, who was trying to help Punk after the intense clash. This did not sit well with the head of the table. The former undisputed WWE champion quickly sprang into action, hitting a spear on the best in the world. Heyman looked stunned and nervously clasped his hands in front of the original tribal chief. This segment opens up a lot of potential avenues for the 59-year-old. Here are 3 predictions for the Wiseman on the road to WrestleMania 41. The aforementioned scenario could lead to Paul Heyman's exit as Reigns' Wiseman. The separation could open the door for a well-known figure to come in and take that role. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi might make a return on next week's Raw after a 85-day absence as an interesting development in the story. The last time he appeared was during The Undertaker's retirement ceremony in November 2020. The Attitude Era legend might add an exciting new layer to the ever-evolving family dynamic of the bloodline. With a reliable partner in his corner, the original tribal chief could grow even stronger and take his dominance to levels we've never seen before. The 59-year-old's return could unite fans across generations and elevate the storyline to new heights. Although nothing is confirmed at this point, the mere thought of the Samoan legend stepping back into the ring might excite longtime WWE enthusiasts. Reigns didn't have any glaring issues with Punk, as noted earlier. He'd only went after the voice of the voiceless after spotting his Wiseman trying to comfort the latter in the ring. Initially, the 39-year-old found it amusing, but he soon reverted to his usual behavior and rushed into the ring to take down the 46-year-old. This all traces back to Survivor Series 2024, when Heyman introduced Punk as the last member of the OTC's squad to take on the Bloodline. Reigns was uneasy about teaming up with the Chicago native. Now, Heyman might have to make a choice that could significantly alter the future of both stars. Since Heyman and Punk went their separate ways after the latter's last stint with the company, it feels like there's still some unresolved business between them. As the straight-edge superstar aims for a spot in the WrestleMania main event, having Heyman in his corner could shift the odds in his favor. It might mark the beginning of a new era in the Stanford-based promotion. It would add even more excitement if Paul Heyman actually chose to drop both Reigns and Punk as we head towards the biggest event of the year and align with Seth Rollins. Heyman embracing the Visionary as his new client could take this storyline to a whole new level. Based on what happened on Raw, it looks like we're heading towards a triple threat match featuring Roman, Punk, and Seth. While a lot of fans might think Heyman will back Punk at WrestleMania for the rumored showdown, there's a chance the storyline could be flipped on its head before the big event. Rollins has been looking for a new path for a while now. Just as Heyman helped elevate Reigns' career, he could team up with the Visionary and help him reach new levels of success. Paul Heyman, known as the Wiseman, has been a pivotal figure in WWE, guiding top talents like Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, and currently Roman Reigns. As WrestleMania 41 approaches, speculation abounds regarding potential shifts in his alliances and the broader dynamics within the Bloodline faction. Here are 3 predictions for Paul Heyman's trajectory on the road to WrestleMania 41. Rikishi's return after 1,585 days to replace Paul Heyman. The legendary Rikishi, a WWE Hall of Famer and a cornerstone of the Attitude Era, has been absent from WWE programming for over 4 years, with his last appearance during The Undertaker's retirement ceremony in November 2020. Recent developments suggest that Rikishi might return to WWE television, potentially stepping into the role of the Bloodline's advisor, especially if Paul Heyman shifts his allegiance elsewhere. Rikishi's deep-rooted ties to the Anoa'i family and his storied wrestling career could provide a fresh and authentic dynamic to the Bloodline's narrative. His involvement could also serve as a bridge between the classic Attitude Era and the current roster resonating with fans across generations. Paul Heyman aligns with CM Punk. Paul Heyman has been a mastermind behind some of the most dominant figures in WWE history. His role as the Wiseman of the Bloodline has elevated Roman Reigns' reign as undisputed WWE Universal Champion to historic levels. However, as WrestleMania 41 draws closer, speculation is mounting that Heyman's role in the Bloodline may be coming to an end, possibly setting up a major shift within the faction. Recent reports suggest that an Attitude Era legend, who has been absent for over 1,585 days, may return to WWE and potentially replace Heyman. If true, this could lead to a complete restructuring of the Bloodline, forcing Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa to rethink their strategy. Here are 3 possible directions for Paul Heyman on the road to WrestleMania 41. Ricochet returns to replace Paul Heyman as the Wiseman of the Bloodline ***. Ricochet, the father of Jimmy and Jey Uso, and a Hall of Fame WWE legend, has not been seen on WWE television since The Undertaker's farewell at Survivor Series 2020. However, with the Bloodline storyline evolving rapidly, Ricochet could return to take on the role of the faction's new advisor, replacing Paul Heyman. Ricochet's inclusion would add a personal, family-driven dynamic to the Bloodline's saga. Unlike Heyman, who is an outsider in the Anoa'i family, Ricochet is a true Samoan legend with deep ties to Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Solo Sikoa. His presence could help stabilize the faction, particularly as tensions rise between Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns regarding leadership of the Bloodline. With Jey Uso now thriving on WWE Raw and Jimmy Uso's loyalty being questioned, Ricochet could be the perfect figure to reunite his sons while keeping the Bloodline intact. His return could even lead to a scenario where he plays a role in Roman Reigns vs. Solo Sikoa at WrestleMania 41, potentially favoring one of them as the rightful tribal chief. ###***2. Paul Heyman betrays Roman Reigns and joins CM Punk ***. Paul Heyman and CM Punk share a rich history in WWE. Heyman managed Punk during his historic 434-day WWE Championship reign, and their chemistry was undeniable. Now that CM Punk is back in WWE, an alliance with Heyman could be a game-changer. There have already been subtle hints that Roman Reigns' trust in Heyman is beginning to wane. If Heyman senses that his time with the Bloodline is running out, he might decide to turn his back on Reigns and align himself with Punk once again. If this were to happen, it could set up a blockbuster WrestleMania 41 match between Roman Reigns and CM Punk, with Heyman playing a pivotal role. The move would not only shake up the Bloodline, but also cement CM Punk's return as one of the biggest moments in WWE history. Another possibility is that Heyman turns against Reigns, not to join Punk directly, but to endorse a new opponent for the tribal chief, someone who could dethrone Reigns and reshape WWE's main event scene. ###***3. Paul Heyman becomes the Wiseman for Seth Rollins ***. Seth Rollins has always been a cerebral competitor, but he has never had a strategist like Paul Heyman in his corner. While Rollins has been thriving as WWE World Heavyweight Champion, a partnership with Heyman could elevate him even further, especially if he is set to challenge Roman Reigns. If Heyman decides to move on from Reigns, he might target Rollins as his next chosen one. Rollins and Reigns have a storied past dating back to their days in the Shield. A renewed rivalry between the two, fueled by Heyman's influence, could be one of the most compelling storylines leading into WrestleMania 41. This move would also create an interesting dynamic where Heyman, who has always been known for backing dominant champions, chooses to manage someone who is actively looking to dethrone Roman Reigns. It could set up a scenario where Rollins and Reigns battle in a title unification match at WrestleMania, with Heyman playing a crucial role in the outcome. The potential return of Ricochet and the uncertain future of Paul Heyman have made the Bloodline's road to WrestleMania 41 more unpredictable than ever. If Ricochet does return to replace Heyman, it could create a power struggle within the Bloodline, forcing Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa to decide who should lead the faction. On the other hand, if Heyman decides to betray Reigns and align with someone like CM Punk or Seth Rollins, it could set up one of the biggest betrayals in WWE history. Regardless of what happens, one thing is clear. Paul Heyman's days as the Wiseman of the Bloodline may be numbered, and WrestleMania 41 could mark the end of his legendary alliance with Roman Reigns. With WWE set to deliver shocking twists and turns on the road to WrestleMania, fans will be eagerly waiting to see how this drama unfolds. Will Rikishi step in as the new Wiseman? Will Heyman betray Reigns? Or will the Bloodline find a way to keep its dominance intact? The answers may come sooner than expected.